Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Sitting at 81 at the moment. Doing pretty well. Doing 4 tables, but we'll keep it at 4 to keep it simple. Just got a call behind with ace 4 here. There's no need to do anything else here. We don't know what undergun's going to do, so we'll just call behind. We don't want to raise and then get forced out of the hand. We'll go back to this one. Interesting, he checks here. I'm gonna put some bets in here, and if the club comes out, we could probably barrel. You know, if 2 of clubs comes out, we do have a gut shot flush draw. If he checks even better, we'll get a free card. Unfortunately, didn't go our way. We could have also probably bet there, but I think after calling on the flop, I think he's actually got a decent hand there. So I think we slow down based on him just calling on the flop because we could get a lot of folds. Alright, easy opening. Small blind first, big blind. Got to see what Pepper's going to do here. Let me know if you guys think this is better or not. I'm actually a call. We're going to be out of position here, but we can luck box it sometimes. 4-7 is an easy fold, so we'll go back. So we've hit a 7. Monotone board, which is not going to be great because we don't actually hold any diamonds. So we're going to just fold there. We don't actually block his diamonds. It's going to cost us a lot. Not going to 3-bet there with ace 5. Just going to just get a call. Get a decent price. Easy fold. Queen high. We'll try and keep to the hands that matter. Alright, planning on folding jack 6, which is fine. Ace 5. We do have a club, but because there's no 2 clubs on the board, we're just going to fold this one out. There is no point chasing there. And also it's a well-connected board as well, so we're not going to have much fold equity, even if we hit the ace. And we also could be dominated as well, so it could be a huge problem there. So you would at least make sure we have some fold equity, or at least some equity coming in for us as well. And we had neither really, since it was a well-connected board. Plus, yeah, hopefully it makes sense. Ace 6, we could go for an open. If he 3-bets us, we could light 4-bet possibly. But reads are pretty hard on coinpoker unless you're actually watching them specifically and then you make them like write down a note on it, which I have been doing, but I don't know that player though. Alright, so I know I've seen Haley on there and Bolivar. Don't really have much of a read on those guys though. Simple folds. Not going to open up from the middle position with queen 4 suited. Maybe if we're a little bit deeper, we could think about it. But I think being out of position with queen 4 suited is just not really good. Hey, look at the profile picture here. Looks pretty cool. Looks like quite a big opening range. Oh, we got a shack here. A shack offsuit will definitely open up. We'll come back to that one. 8-5's folding. Yeah, now we're in the ace jack. Alright, everyone's folding. Well, position at least now. If someone 3-bets, we can call now. Sometimes people will 3-bet with kings, queens, and 10s. They could still have aces and jacks, but it's less likely since we capped them. But everyone folded to us, so that's fine. Alright, we've got a jack 9 here. Just going to call against under the gun. We want the cards below us, not above us, because under the gun's going to be a lot more heavy. Ace queen. Interesting, he just checks here. Could mean 2 things. He doesn't need to defend his hand. Alright, so we'll throw a bet in here and hopefully get a fold. He calls, so he's just slow playing. An ace maybe. Ooh. Okay, split. We're happy with that, but I think we were going to get folds there. Maybe he didn't bet enough, but I don't think. I think betting more is not great. I think 3/4 pot did the trick. Because someone with pocket 2s maybe doesn't call there. Although he did call with jack high, so what do I know? Some people will fold quite easily. Other people will just call. Let me double check. No, it wasn't that hand. Just wanted to see if it was that hand. Pocket sixes. Just gonna call. We can 3-bet though. Best thing about 3-betting small pairs is, think of it this way: if you go in with small pairs, you can easily get set over set, and it's not going to be good. You're going to have small set, and they're going to have a top set, medium set, and you're going to get run over. But when you 3-bet the small pairs, you're going to fold out a ton of their medium pairs. It's just calling here. It wasn't a big bet. It was more like a range bet. But sixes are probably just going to fold. We're going to 3-bet this one. We'll go 8 big blinds, a little bit higher because we're in the small blind. Yeah. Bets 15 to other players. We're just going to fold this one. Like I said, we just gave up that hand. We're trying to set mine there. Got 7-5 suited from the dealer button. Should be pretty good. We can 3-bet this one. Don't need to 3-bet as much since we've got position and we want action. There's no folding. I'm not going to continue with that one. Back to Queen 10 folding. Looks like 7-5 actually got got folded to, which is good. Oh no, we're still in it. So back to this one. It doesn't 4-bet, so that's pretty good. Would have a 9 in his range. We don't need to defend the hand. We can check behind. Now we do need to defend the hand. We do have a flush draw, but now we do have extra equity. We'd hit 7, so we could very well have the best hand against his overcards. So now we're going to bet this one. And if he calls, we're still, even if we're behind, we're still dealing with a spade. If he raises, we might have to consider folding though. It depends how big the raise is. If it's just a min raise, maybe we can call. Don't think he's going to have. He could still have a 9 though if he raises. Then we really need the flush. But I think anyone with a 9 would probably lead into us, at least on the turn. Since we got a capped range. Sometimes players will play pretty trappy though. Ace Queen we're folding here. Because it's pretty much early position. Think of it this way: if you the early position and you raise, you're going to sometimes cop people 3-betting you against, against people in a later position. So A, you're in early position. B, they're going to have position on you. And a lot of times they're going to, when you miss the hand or when you hit a jack or a queen, you got the kicker or a jack or a queen, and they could have an ace kicker. You're in no man's land a lot of times. But when they do 3-bet, sometimes if they're a really tight player, you can think they have ace king, and you could probably just hope to hit, but it's just luck. It's just luck drawing that one. So I think folding there is pretty much the best way to go, unless you're playing against someone who's really loose. Then we can probably get in there. Easy fold with jack 7. We're going to fold this one, pre-fold that one, so we don't have to go back to that one. 7-2 is no good, especially out against under the gun. Alright, just waiting for a hand. No, king 4 is a fold. Alright, there we go. Jack 6-3 is no good either. Just got to wait until we get a hand. But we don't need to rush things. If we have to fold out for the next half an hour, we have to fold out. Should not force yourself to play hands that they're not that, EV. Positive EV. Alright, 5-4 offsuit. I'm gonna fold this one. During the last weekend, I watched the movie The Beekeeper. I thought that was an amazing movie. It was pretty exciting. It's got Jason Statham in it, but he just went next level. I really enjoyed that movie. If you guys haven't seen it and you enjoy action movies, you should go and see it. It was on Netflix. 5-4's no. I guess the open button, he's a little bit wider. Maybe we'll just try and get a hand. Since we haven't been getting hands, we could probably try and force a hand here. He could easily have a jack or a 6. So if he bets here, we're going to be behind most times. But we're going to call against a small bet. And just hopefully get trips or 2 pairs. We could possibly still get a 3 and then have an open ender on the turn, but that wasn't the case. It didn't happen this time. But we could have potentially got a 3. Still got to call one more. We are behind most times, but hopefully if we get a 5 or a 4, we're not. Make sure we fold out the other hands. We actually had the best hand. Hold on a sec. So we actually had the best hand. The biggest tell was his bet on the flop. So his bet on the flop was pretty low. I'm going to call with ace 3. Seems to be a bad player, so we'll call. Ooh, we did have an ace of diamonds, but unfortunately we got a gut shot. But if a 4 comes out, it's not going to be good news for us. We're gonna have what do you call it? Reverse implied odds. So talking about that, say if he's got the 7 and the 4 comes out, he's got a higher straight. So we're just gonna fold out this one. There is no point. You could easily have a 7. Okay, we've got the 6. Let's check behind. Got some type of showdown value. Since he's checked here, we could throw a bet in. And then if he calls and there's no other, didn't want to see a flush. If he bets into us, we fold. If he checks into us, we still could have the best hand. Yeah, over bets. It looks like he's just missed value there. But if he didn't hit the flush there, I think he just checks to us most times. Jack 3, got a fold. But yeah, I think he's just going to check there most times when he's missed. And he doesn't know what type of hand we got. So sometimes he's going to play that hand and bluff. But he might run into our stronger hands. So if we've got trips or 2 pairs. Or if we hit a monster. Which it does happen sometimes. I did that last time where I had some type of gut shot. And the gut shot come out in the river. And they just jammed into me. And I had like top set. Alright, we'll open up King 9. Three bets. I'm actually going to 4-bet here. I haven't done it much on this site, but we'll see. We don't have an ace. Normally I do it with an ace. If he jams all in, we're in trouble. Alright, we'll see if he folds. Hopefully he folds. But if he jams all in, of course, we're in trouble. Taking a long time is not usually a good sign. Alright. Plus he's a short stack. That was not really good. Alright. Against a short stack, you should not probably play that move. Yeah. If I could take that back, I would. We're trying to force something that was not there, and plus it was a short stacker. Alright, since we opened, actually no, we just called. So we'll call check behind. Do I have a flush draw? He might not have a diamond. We'll make sure we fold out the other hands. We're going to call just because we're drawing to a diamond. He might still not have a diamond. We can't really value it though. We will a little bit bigger, try and get some folds. The question is, why did he, the turn, didn't really bet the turn. So either didn't have a value bet or he didn't feel like he had to defend the hand. So that's the reason why I stole the hand there. So you got to make up your own decisions when trying to steal a hand. We'll open up the ace nine suited. It's a little bit different. If someone three bets, we can call if we do get some type of flush draw. Gets a little bit easier to play out of position opposed to say ace nine offsuit. Like if you're always drawing to the nuts, it's not too bad. If you know you're going to hit the flush, then it becomes quite easy. Or not knowing you get hit the flush, but at least drawing to the nut flush. At least you know where your hand strength is. Either you get to have no strength or you can have the top end, which makes things easy. Queen four is easy fold, so we'll just make that fold. In the small blind, big blind, hand strength doesn't really matter so much if they're going to fold anyway. So we're going to call and test them out. Do have a gut shot, got a backdoor flush as well. We can check raise this. Also, yeah, I could bet this one. See, we only got 10 high. If he doesn't have an ace, he's not going to call. Now that he calls, he's probably got an ace in his hand. So he bets one big blind. It's not that much. Hopefully, do get a 3 here. But we don't, unfortunately. Flush comes out. Alright, we'll try and steal it with a flush. He's got a straight. Okay. Interesting we didn't get the fold pre-flop. He was blocking our straight though. Alright, we'll call the ace-8 suited. We're in the small blind. No heart, unfortunately. And I'm just going to fold out this one. We don't need to continue. Alright, check 3 is a fold. 7-9 suited is not a fold though. We'll open up 7-9 suited. It's getting a really good price here, and we close the action. Oh, we don't. Someone raised 16, unfortunately. Was going to call that one. Alright, so got 2 pair. We could have bet this one quite big. 3/4 pot. He could be chasing. Could have an ace. Could have a flush draw. Could have nothing. Could have 10-8. Who knows? Maybe he's got a single raised pot. Could have any 2 at this stage. Most important thing is we keep charging his draws. Queen jack's gone. Alright, we'll throw in another bet. Try and get as much value we can and collect. Perfect. King 6 is gone. 5-2 is gone. So we've got 9s. We're going to 3-bet 9s. It's a little bit awkward. We could also call this one as well. Sometimes I feel if we check behind or call behind, they get a raise. Gonna call anyway. He could have ace king, still could have the best hand here. Check 9's gone. Not gonna call the other one. We'll go back to it. Probably shouldn't have called that one. It's not the hand that we wanted, unfortunately. Gets the king if he's got ace king. Could have very well had the best hand there. Alright, 3 bets into us. We can call. If we don't 3-bet the 9s previously, yeah, I think 9s could have been a fold, but also could have been a call. Definitely on the flop, it's probably a fold. A lot of people probably saying it's a fold. Pre-flop as well. It's a big difference when you're actually full betting. Alright, 9s will click go. We just don't beat as much with 9s, opposed to if you got jacks or queens, which is still second pair. Just folding out some hands now. Not really looking good at this stage. All right, fold out 9-8. Ooh, A7. 3-bet. Not gonna call. Just get a 3-bet. We're a little bit card dead at the moment. Just get a check behind. Queen 10's gone. Alright, back to this one. We could range bet. Fortunately, the flush has come out. But now we're just going to half bet this one. He's got to charge. We got to charge his flush draws. So he could have the ace. He could have the king. I'm just going to check behind here. Yeah, charged his 9 of hearts. Ooh, we'll follow the 8's hand. Alright, so we're open with 8s. Okay. Easy win. Alright, 6 in the big blind. Ace 10 as well. It's nice. Alright, 9-2's folding. What's called behind? Thing is, we didn't close the action down. Ace 10's definitely an open. Just not going to bet here. 6s are going to have a bit of trouble. He is small, short stack as well. And I think we're just going to fold this one. There's not enough profit in there. Not deep enough. Make sure we fold Jack 6. Yeah, Jack 6 is gone. Yeah, Queen 10's just in the muck. Alright, we're going to call. We're not going to raise because he's short stack. Didn't hit an ace, unfortunately. Easy fold. You could argue to fold that as well. Like I'll fold pre-flop. Also, you could probably isolate as well in 3-bet. And then just get him to fold flops if he hasn't connected. Because a lot of people will play fit fold. 6-4 is gone. And it's going to call behind. Close the action down. Queen 8 of diamonds. Do have a backdoor. Got a lot of juicy cards coming through, hopefully. Diamond would be nice on the turn. Alright, we'll open up 3s. We'll go back to the diamond. They can. Alright, no diamond, unfortunately. Call. Got second pair. I'm going to call his bet. Queen 8's just going to let go. Didn't get any extra equity. So we've hit the jack. Do have a gut shot. Like if we had a 10, we'd have a straight. Alright, should have the best hand. Probably missed a value bet on the river. We would have to bet quite small there to get the value. Alright, Jack 10, we're going to open. Let's go back. Do you have a gut shot? We're going to bet this one. Easy win. Alright, 8-3, not going to put too much thought into this one. Or we can check raise now. We've only got 8 high. Hasn't done much, so we're going to try and steal it. Calls, unfortunately, which means he'll be good. Yeah, queen 10. Surprised he called, but alright, we're heads up, so we're going to raise with the aces. Really going after him. Going the aggressive line is hurting us. And when they're calling a lot, it means got to do less bluffs. Still got a bet here with ace. I got second pair. Hitting a pair and heads up is usually gold. Collecting an ace on the turn would have been perfect. Unless he's got ace jack. Do have position on him, so he's going to check to us a lot. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so we got it back a little bit. I think we just checked there just for the sheer fact that we didn't want to get raised on. Ace high. Loves calling, doesn't he? Need to bet again. 10s were good. Heads up, so second pair. He could have had pocket pair or hit. Alright, we'll raise king jack. Raises, but he's been quite wide, so we're going to defend. Yes, we're out of position, but sometimes you're not going to have the cards, but you're going to have the position or the spot. Alright, he's going to probably throw a c-bet in here. Doesn't mean he's actually got a hand. Alright, now for the jack. Goes all in. Collect. Was an open ender. Whatever happens now doesn't really matter. There's luck in the end. We do have a jack. Got a call. Unfortunately, we didn't hit a jack on the river. But I think we can fold this one. 9's get a bet. We'll bet one more and then check the river. Checks here, we're checking. If you bet into us, we're folding. Ace king. Make sure we check that one. We'll defend for 5. It's pretty wide. We'll get a call. Still have a 3. Really want to hit another 3. Now we'll bet. Let's see what happens. Let's go fold. Good to see the button fold. This guy's just hitting on us. At least we got some back off him. Jack 9's a fold. We'll defend against the other to the gun. isn't great. Got to play a lot of fit and fold here. We got priced in though. Ace 4, it's gone. Not going to put anything in here. He's just going to be so top heavy. His check on the flop doesn't necessarily mean he's weak. He could also mean he's trapping. Yeah, it might mean he doesn't need to defend the hand. And I'm going to call just because everyone's in the hand, hopefully. Hopefully Haley just calls. Perfect. These flops are not great. It'll be frustrating. Alright, so we've got Queen 10. Going to open this one up. The other hand, we're just going to fold. I'll check behind with Jack 8. Make sure we fold out the other hand. Yeah, it goes all in. We weren't really interested in that hand anyway. Alright, he didn't 3-bet pre-flop, so we're going to try and steal it. Rather the ace of hearts, not the 5. Throw away, got to bet this one. Try and take initiative. Yeah, ace 5, just gonna let it go. If it was the ace of hearts and we got a heart on the turn, we would have been still in the hand. Alright, 3-way, there is a book though. There is a boat on the board. Need to bet again. If another club comes out, could smell danger. King or a queen. He could call with a 2. He could call with an ace. He could raise with worse. He's been very wide. So it could be a case of, unfortunate, really wanting to start playing aggressive against us then. Yeah, some people will call with the king of spades, queen of spades. We'll be in the hand with king 4-3 suited. We will isolate with 2s against a small stack. Hopefully he doesn't shove, but if he shoves, we could possibly go for it. I'm going to play the aggressive line with 3-4 because we've only got 4 high. I'd rather get folds as well. Alright, we're going to be very exposed here. Alright, hopefully the 2s get through here. Short stack, yeah, perfect. Sometimes short stack will just shove there a lot of times. Good to see that went through. Looks like Facebook actually opened through the 1 big blinds before the hand. So he could be defending his pre-open, I guess you'd say. So he's playing a big blind from position. So he's still very wide, possibly. Still waiting to defend this hand. I am interested in it because the other guy could be still very wide. We'll open up King Jack suited. Yeah, we'll check behind us, heads up. Going to donk. We'll open a little pot, it's fine. Wasn't a monster hand regardless. Goes all in. So he 3-bets us. Looks like it's not going to be. It looks like it's going to be ace king possibly. It's too big to be aces and kings. You'd think they would fall bet with 20 to 25 big blinds because you do want to get some action. But just because they over shove like huge, they could still have aces. They just don't know how to play and they don't want to play post flop. So shut everyone down. We'll call with 5s. He's the worst position on the table. We're probably going to call here. Hopefully everyone else folds. No, we're just playing against heads up. Against under the gun. King 10 just defending. Paired board. I'm going to have more 5s in my range. All right, we'll call nines. All right, hoping Royal folds. I'm going to call King 10. 6-5 is folding. So what top set here? We need the bet here, build the pot. Also, people are going to check raise a lot because there's a lot of draws coming in. Bets into us is pretty interesting. I'm just going to fold out of here. He's probably got some type of equity. Oh, we don't have ace high. Alright, 5's going to call. Never going anywhere. Deep stacked. Or deep enough to call. Unfortunately, we missed though. Alright, perfect. Now we've got a flush. Hopefully he does. It's actually even better. Hopefully he's got a king or a spade. We're just going to overshove this and get called down with king of spades. King of diamonds, hopefully. Or even better. 6 of diamonds. Alright, I'm going to fold this one out. 30 big blinds. Alright, so that was a nice pot to get back. It's way over shove. We'll open up with ace king offsuit. Some 3-bets we'll probably call. Not going to 4-bet. We do have position, so there's no point 4-betting and trying to get a fold out a worse hand. You want them to call. Yeah, it looks like they're out of their hands. We'll open up ace 7. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think this is better, this way of playing? So it automatically doesn't go over. It gives me a chance to talk about my decisions. And play like that. I'm still getting used to this similar. I usually play more tables and it automatically goes to the next table. So I don't physically normally have to go to each one. But I think this is fine. I think maybe sometimes the hands don't come quick enough. So we'll have to, sit around and wait for another minute or two for a hand. So then you can play more tables, but probably no more than 6, I think. We'll fold out a 7-5 offsuit. Yeah, so we're just waiting for this one. He could 3-bet. We could probably call a 3-bet here. A little bit deeper as well. So it's taking a little bit. This guy's taking a long time though. Win pre-flop. We're that anyway. All right, we're going to open up with Jack 8 suited. It's only 3 ways, so you've got to play a lot more hands. We do have position here. It does call, so I'm going to call anyway. It does 3-bet actually. All right, so we've got a gut shot and we've got a flush draw. We've got the perfect position here. Just check behind. We don't need to bet here. If he's got a 10, he's going to bet into us. Alright, 4's folding, no point. Alright, so we can now bet this one and hopefully get calls by a 10, pocket 9s, pocket 8s. Some type of pocket pair might call this one. If he thinks we're bluffing, he's going to think. Normally we would play this quite aggressive, so actually under wrapped. A lot of players would have actually raised there or bet there on the flop or the turn. And because of that, that's why he called. We got our value on the river. But I think betting there on the turn or the flop, he would have definitely called. But we played quite passive. But I didn't think there was no need to play the high variance line. And yeah, sometimes you raise there, he's going to have a set or two pair. Alright, I'm going to end the video here because I need to help out with the chores. But anyway, we did settle down. Eventually, we had a few stupid plays, didn't we? But then we sort of settled in. So anyway, we're going to need to make sure that we set our next hand. And that's fine. I will... Oh, we got a gut shot here. Good check raise this one. Let's make sure we close some of these tables down. I actually got to bet this one. He folds anyway, so that's nice. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll probably try and make a few more like this, and not for too long, since I will want to play a lot more tables to help out, to get my what do you call it, my welcome bonus as well. So we're on path for that. We're hitting around probably at 22, 23 at the moment for the welcome bonus. The goal will be 30 towards the end of the weekend, this weekend. So it's going to be trying to get 15 points each week. And this is the second week. So naturally, the first week was 15, second week's 30. So anyway, guys, catch you next time. Hopefully you've liked this, and yeah, like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Throw shit on me about the earlier plays that didn't work out. We tried stealing a couple and it didn't work out. We played some blunders, but we ended up fixing it up. And we were pretty card dead to begin with as well. So we're trying to force something that wasn't there, which you shouldn't do. I even said that you shouldn't force stuff, but then I ended up finding myself forcing stuff. So it's funny. Anyway, guys, catch up.